Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started paper number 4, analytical chemistry, and in this lecture we will see new unit number 3, theory of titrometric analysis. So theory of titrometric analysis, in which first we will see introductory part regarding the titrometric analysis. That is, first is what is standard solution. A standard solution is one whose concentration is precisely known. Standard solution is defined as one whose concentration is known to us. That is, 1 normal solution, 2 normal solution, 3 normal solution. And what is a test solution? A test solution is one whose concentration is to be estimated. So this is the standard setup to take titrations in the laboratory. So a standard solution is prepared by weighing out a sample of solute, then transferring it completely to a holometric flask and adding enough solvent to bring the volume up to the mark on the neck of the flask. So initially we weight the solute amount, exact solute amount. That is, if we want to prepare 1 normal NaOH solution, then for that purpose we are weighing 40 gram of NaOH, and then we are diluting the solution through water up to the mark, then we are getting 1 normal NaOH. This is a standard solution. Then what is titrant? The solution of known concentration which is usually taken in a burette is called titrant. That burette solution is titrant, and titrant, the solution of unknown concentration which is being titrated and usually taken in conical flask is called titrant. So titrant means the solution is present in burette. The solution of known concentration used in titration added from burette are known as titrant. So these are the titration assembly. What are moles? The term mole is used to describe how many atoms or molecules of a substance are present in a sample. So 1 mole of substance is equal to its relative atomic mass or relative formula mass in grams. So relative atomic mass, that is how many atoms or molecules of substance are present in a sample, are called as mole. For example, the relative atomic mass of carbon is 12. So 1 mole of carbon atoms weight to 12 gram. 24 gram of pure graphite therefore contains 2 moles of carbon atoms. That is, mass number represents the mole of the solution. Then in what is molar solution? Molarity is number of moles of solute that are dissolved per liter of total solution. Molarity means number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. The 1 molar solution contains 1 mole of solute per liter total volume. For example, 1 molar solution of H2SO4 contains 98.06 gram of sulfuric acid in 1 liter of total solution. Then mole is an expression of the amount, while molarity is an expression of the concentration. Then what is molarity? A concentration that expresses the moles of solute in 1 liter of solution. Then molarity is equal to moles of solute per 1 liter of solution. Then what is the molarity of the solution if 3 mole of solute is dissolved in 12 liter of solution? Then moles of solute is 3 mole, liter of solution is 12 liter. Then molarity, moles of solute divided by liter of solution. Then by putting this value we are getting moles are 0.25 mole. So this is the molarity. Yeah. Gram equivalent weight. What is a gram equivalent? That is, equivalent weight expressed in gram is called gram equivalent weight. 1 gram equivalent weight of HCl is, that is 36.5. For H1 and Cl 35.5. So gram equivalent weight 36.5. Similarly, 2 gram equivalent weight of HCl is 73 gram. Then number of gram equivalents is equal to weight of the substance divided by equivalent weight of the substance. Then what is the normality? That is the number of gram equivalent of solute in 1 liter of solution. A normal solution contains 1 gram equivalent weight of solute in a 1 liter of a solution. Then prepare one normal solution of NaCl. Molecular weight of sodium is 23 and for chlorine 35.5. Then overall molecular weight of NaCl is 23 plus 35.5, that is 58.5 gram. Then gram equivalent weight is 58.5 gram. Then one normal solution of NaCl is prepared by dissolving 58.5 gram NaCl into 1 liter of water. So we are getting one normal NaCl. Then what is neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction occurs when acid reacts with a base to form a salt. So general formula, acid reacts with base, we are getting salt and water. So here HCl reacts with NaOH, we are getting NaCl and HOH. Which type of reaction is it? That is double displacement type of reaction. Then titration, these are the procedure. First we are taking acid solution into the conical flask, then we are adding indicator, then by using burette we are adding base solution into the acid solution, and after addition we are getting end point, that is here blue to colorless. Neutralization solution indicator has changed the color by adding the burette solution. So these are the procedure of titration, and at proper end point the color change will occur. Then some terminologies. What are acidometric titration? When standard acid solution is used for quantitative determination of alkali, then it is called acidometric titration. And alkalimetry reverse one, that is when standard solution of an alkali is used for quantitative determination of acid, it is known as alkalimetric titration. Then indicator is a chemical substance that changes the color in accordance with pH of the solution, which determines end point of titration is known as indicator. And what is equivalence point or stoichiometric point or theoretical end point? The point at which just adequate standard solution is added to react completely with titrant is known as equivalence point. Then what is end point of titration? The point at which the color change of an indicator becomes apparent to the eye is called the end point of, that is at when we add titrant solution into the conical glass, then at exact one point we are getting the color change, it is called end point of titration. And what is the end point error? The difference between end point and equivalence point is known as end point error or titration error. And then we will see primary standard substance. The substance which satisfies following requirements will be called as primary standard substance. It must be easy to obtain, to purify, to dry, to preserve in a pure state. Substance must be stable on keeping both in the solid state and in solution. It should not absorb moisture and it should not be oxidized or affected by air. It must be chemically pure, must not contain impurities. Its chemical composition must be according to its chemical formula, and it should have high equivalent weight and should be readily soluble under the condition in which it is employed. The reaction with the standard solution must be stoichiometric and practically instantaneous. For example, sodium carbonate, potassium hydrogen, phthalate, silver nitrate, NaCl, K2Cl2O7. A solution prepared by direct weighing accurately from primary standard substance may be called primary standard solution. So these are the conditions for primary standard substance. So here we have seen some basic terminologies regarding the titrimetric analysis. So thank you all of you for listening this video.